This is a very nice Navajo family representing how the first people were created. And we have grandfather, grandmother, dad, mom, little boy, and little girl. And the carvings are all made by Dennis Ross, who is half Navajo and half Hopi. And sometimes he focuses on his Hopi side, and sometimes he focuses on his Navajo side. In this particular case, it's the Navajo traditions that he wants to discuss and convey. So you'll see that on the back of the figures, he's carved somewhat abstract corn plants representing the creation of the first people, but also fertility, regeneration, and the passing of traditions from generation to generation. On the grandfather, he's placed a traditional Navajo hat with the feathers that are carved and attached, and then granddad and grandma both have the traditional bun. And interestingly, Dennis said when he first carved the corn people, he made them long and narrow like corn plants and corn cobs. But what he found was that people liked the chubby carvings better than the long, narrow ones. So when he does these sets contemporarily, he makes them chubby, which I find very interesting, and both from a cultural perspective, but also just from an artistic viewpoint. On the backs of the mom and dad, you'll see things that represent making a living. Here you have a quiver with arrows in it and a bow. So the dad is charged with supporting and sustaining the family, while the mother has the baby in the cradle board on the back. So she's taking care of the family and raising the children. And one other thing to note is that inside the wearing blankets of the people, there's always a little bit of corn showing through. Different colors representing the different generations. Black for granddad, red for grandmother, white for dad, yellow for mom. And then here with the little boy, he actually has done a multicolored corn, commonly what we among the Anglo group refer to as Indian corn. And he says that represents the multiculturalism of people. And he may be looking back to his roots as both Navajo and Hopi. The young woman has her hair down the way that most maidens do. So overall, the carvings represent generations of traditions, generations of stories, and the people from one generation to the next. Dennis always makes beautiful carvings, and these, I think, are extraordinary both from a carving perspective but also from a cultural story perspective.